How's everyone doing today? CJ Halleck with Inspector Playbook, and in this video I'm going to walk you through the steps to make sure that you get the right name for your business. Alright, so we are on Noam.com, and the reason why we're using this website, the reason why I say the name for your business, not necessarily your business name, but what I'd like to call your branded username, which is your handle, domain, everything that you use online, and finding a way to make sure that it's not trademarked and it's uniform across all platforms. And what I mean by that, and we're going to go ahead and get started, the name that we're going to go ahead and run with for all of the tutorials for Inspector Playbook is going to be DealKillers. Just why not, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put in DealKillers, and I'm going to show you what the power of this ridiculous tool. So we're going to just put in DealKillers, and we're going to do it with no spaces, because this is going to actually go out and check social media. It's going to check the domains, and it's going to give you a section where you can just click on it and it goes over and checks the trademarks. So it shows the trademarks available for the core phrase, which is what I was searching there, is to make sure if I use the name DealKillers, does anyone else have a trademark in this space? There isn't a trademark, so we're going to go through with that. Of course, coming up, you see DealKillers.com is taken, so that automatically means the branded username or the domain in this scenario can't be DealKillers. You can use another extension, but I promise you nothing beats a .com, so I highly recommend that you move forward only when you can find a .com that's available. But that being said, do not register your domain through here. We're going to cover registering domains in another video. So make sure that you follow along on our YouTube and also follow along on our marketing site, which is inspectorbranding.com. So as you see up here, you have some available, some not. So I'm going to go ahead and type in another variation, which is basically keeping the DealKillers but adding to the end. You can do different things as home inspectors. You can use, if you're more towards the center of a state and you don't service another state that you're like close to, like, you know, if, I know locally we're right 20-30 minutes away from the border of Virginia here in Tennessee, so you may not want to use the state if you're in that type of scenario, but you can put the state abbreviation. You know, if you're in Nashville and you know you only service Tennessee, you can do like DealKillersTN.com, or you can use HI for home inspection or HIS for home inspection services. I'm going to go ahead and put in HIS, and we're going to take a look at this way. First thing you always want to look for is the .com. As you see here, it shows it's available. Of course, you come down. The other one wasn't taken, so I'm sure we're good. Yeah, trademarks available here. And then the last thing you check is social. And the reason why you do social last is sometimes you have issues just like you're seeing now, where, because I have checked this already to make sure we're good to go and I don't waste you guys' time going through testing 20 different names. But you'll see, like here, it says Facebook is taken, it says Twitter is taken, you know, it says YouTube is taken. I'm not worried about YouTube. Your channel name is the most important part. Once you get subscribers and everything else, YouTube to me is a tool to host a video. You can, and SEO and whatnot on the videos, obviously, but as far as your channel, you have to have, I believe, unless they've changed it, I've been busy. I haven't had time to, you know, do any update, you know, checking on any updates for the social platforms. But as of a few months ago, you had to have at least 100 subscribers to get your actual custom YouTube URL. So I'm not worried about this because you can't grab this immediately, and people aren't going to go through the trouble of trying to build a YouTube channel to steal your name. So I'm not stressed too much about YouTube, but as far as the ones that use the branded username and the @ symbol with like your, you know, handle, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter is very important. So if you look at Facebook, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to facebook.com/ and then type in the name you want. So we're going to go ahead and put in DealKillers HIS. And it says this page isn't available. That's a great sign. That means there isn't a link with this. So, and the reason why you want to check in anytime there's something, if you can get the domain and the .com is available, and the trademark is clear, but you see stuff taken here, you may want to check it, because it may be just like this. Facebook just had a huge conference announcing some updates. It may be an issue to their updates that they can't pull from Facebook at this time. And check the availability with the way things are coded. So always check just to be safe. Then you do the same thing with Twitter. So I'm going to open up a new thing with twitter.com/DealKillers HIS. And the account doesn't exist, so that means it's available on across Facebook and Twitter. Instagram obviously is already showing available, and if it can't pull it, it automatically says not available. So if it says available, you're good to go, unless something changes. But I've been using this software for easily over a decade at this point, and normally I've not ever seen it say it's available and it not be. So other than that, that is what we're going to move forward with. We have the main platforms. Of course, like I said, YouTube, I'm not worried with it. I'm not actually going to do a DealKillers YouTube, so that really doesn't matter for me on this anyways. But Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are the main ones you want to make sure. Of course, LinkedIn never shows available. It never has. At least it hasn't in probably 7 or 8 years. So for the most part, and even with LinkedIn, just a side note, you want to make sure, in my opinion, I believe if you're a single person business, like a single inspector firm or company, you want to make sure that you, in my opinion, I think you stick with your personal profile unless you plan on doing multiple inspectors later. Then you may want to build up a business page. But right now, I like, and this is just personal preference, I feel like the personal profiles as the home inspector is more powerful than the brand if you're a single person home inspector. That being said, so that is how you use Noam to find the best handle for your business. So that way, when people go through, it's DealKillersHIS.com. It's at DealKillers on Facebook. It's at DealKillers or DealKillers HIS on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere that has the @ sign. You can sign up and get that because it's available everywhere. And that's what this thing does. And if there's other platforms you're looking for, you can literally come in and click here to search over 500 more social networks. You can also reach it up here in the header. You click on it and it brings up the full list that actually will show you section by section based on the categories. Of course, you see here it shows more, there's an error. But as you come through here, if you look in the business section, you can click check this category, and then it'll go through and check things like Angie's List, which of course error, eBay, I'm trying to think other things. I don't really see any here. Community, I know there's some new home social media sites that have launched in the last few weeks. Still doing some research, but I'll get back to you guys on that. But basically, you can just come through anything you want and you can check the availability of it here. It's amazing. I'm not going to ramble too much more. I'm just checking one thing real quick, because right now I believe TikTok is the only platform that is as big as it is that is not checked through Noam, and I don't see it. So yeah, TikTok is about the only thing you can't check. So you would have to basically just go, if you want to do a TikTok, you would have to go to the TikTok app. Maybe if a friend has an app, and do a search for the username there. That would be the only way you'd be able to find it on TikTok, because they do not have a desktop version. I can't showcase that in this video, but that's how you use Noam. I hope this has been helpful. If you guys have any questions, of course, feel free to comment below the video, or feel free to reach out to us on the Inspector Playbook Facebook page, Instagram. We are not that active on Twitter currently, and it more than likely to stay that way with this industry. We'll probably mostly Facebook, Instagram, and of course you can always go to the website, get more content, inspectorplaybook.com, and the blog site is inspectorbranding.com, and that's where you're going to get all videos, tutorials, and things of that nature about business, branding, and everything that is not directly 100% home inspector related, as far as the report template and stuff like that Casey handles. That being said, Hope everybody has an amazing day. Have questions? Let me know. Other than that, be great, stay boosted, and we'll see you at the top. Take care.